everyone to CWE Wrestling. Dynamite Dave Petro ringside, joined once again by Kevin Cannon. And Kevin, I will have some questions for you from what we saw last week on CWE. But the matter at hand in the ring right now, we've got a one-on-one matchup. And this one-on-one matchup is basically stemming from this big feud between these two teams. We see Red Thunder in the ring right now, of course, one half of Thunderblood, and he is taking on one half of M.A.N, the bigger member of the team, Mr. Incredible. Now, Kevin, you watched this feud develop over the past few months here in CWE. What side of the fence are you on this one? Well, I'm not going to know the answer, I suppose.
I really got to side with M.A.N on this one. I mean, either way, it's going to be real interesting to watch how this unfolds. These are two very different teams from two very different backgrounds with two very different styles, and it's just a matter of who can execute their game plan first here, I think.
The tag team situation here in CWE heating up. Of course, our tag team champions, the Saints of Los Angeles, and we're going to see them in action during the next few weeks here on CWE television. But as I mentioned before, Mr. Incredible, one half of the tag team known as M.A.N. Mean, angry, I'm not going any further.
Newcomers, isn't it?
It could very well be. I think that's we're going to run with that one. And of course, Red Thunder, one half of the tag team known as Thunderblood. Of course, Red Thunder teaming with Big Jess Youngblood, the Mohican Sun. One full 30-minute time limit. Kick things off here on CWE. We're looking for some tremendous action. Great main event tonight. Blake Broadway, the other half of M.A.N, taking on Red Thunder's tag team partner, Jess Youngblood. And also, another great matchup tonight on CWE Wrestling Heavy Metal, taking on AJ Sanchez. We've got a hook-up side headlock match underway. Two big men in the ring, too. The bigger half of M.A.N, Mr. Incredible, taking on, I would think, the bigger half of Thunderblood, Red Thunder. Yeah,
this is really a matter of strength versus power here. And like I said, you know, Mr. Incredible's a guy who can get in the gym and he can move some heavy weights around. He's got that sheer strength, but Red Thunder there, he has some power behind him. He's got that power you can't learn in a gym. You can't train it into you. He's born with that power. He's just a powerful man.
I was just going to say that because I know the background of Red Thunder, being basically raised on the land and, you know, building houses, moving trees, and basically, you know, surviving on his own. And that is not the kind of strength that you develop in the gym. I mean, the guy obviously goes to the gym and helped up, but a naturally gifted, powerful athlete. I'm talking about Red Thunder.
Oh yeah, and you got to keep in mind too, Red Thunder has been wrestling for 20 some odd years now, and he looks like he's in incredible shape for a guy who's been on the scene for that long.
Absolutely, and this is one feud that is definitely escalating here in CWE. Oh, that backfired. Oh my! Inverted power bomb. Sorry, inverted atomic drop, and he just got him, and now he plants him with a big right hand.
And there's that veteran savvy of Red Thunder. He knew to anticipate that. Like Mr. Incredible has all kinds of athleticism, and we were seeing that with that leapfrog, but Red Thunder knew when he was going to do it and what he was going to do, and he cut him off.
You could call that instinct, could you not, Kevin Cannon?
I would call that instinct, definitely.
Now, Kevin Cannon, what is the latest deal there with your escalating feud, if you will, with Dick Blood? Last week on the program, we saw you kind of, Dick Blood sticking his nose where it doesn't belong, you sticking your nose where it doesn't belong. What's the status of what's going on between you and your former protege?
There's no real status to report. I think Dick Blood needs to learn a lesson here, and whether the CWE can sanction it or not, I'm going to be the one to teach him that lesson one way or another, be it myself or be it if I have to hire someone to do it. Either way, Dick Blood's going to end up in a lot of pain, and he's going to end up sorry that he ever crossed me.
As we are headed towards 2014, a new year, but a new year and some bad blood and some existing feuds going to spill over into the new year.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of heated feuds going on here in CWE right now, including this one here with M.A.N. and Thunderblood. And Mr. Incredible seems to have used a little bit of his tactics that he's been born and raised to do here since his debut in CWE.
I wouldn't call what Mr. Incredible just did as a scientific maneuver or a dirty tactic, but definitely not the most gentlemanly tactic, and that's basically sums up the tactics of M.A.N. They're just rough, tumble. They're not afraid to break the rules, but they have a lot of wrestling know-how, a lot of wrestling background.
Definitely, and they're very confident young men. Like, they've got it, they strut it, and I can't blame them for it.
Absolutely. Another man that has it and is strutting it, will be strutting it throughout Manitoba in the month of February. Former WWE star Chris Masters. We've got the Masterpiece Theater Tour kicking off Wednesday, February 19th in Neepawa, Manitoba. Morden, Manitoba gets set Thursday, February 20th. We return back to Winnipeg, the Holy Cross Gymnasium, Friday, February the 21st. And then Selkirk, Saturday, February 27th. And then back to Beausejour, where we had our successful debut this past December at the Broken Head River Community Hall. Sunday, February 23rd, bell time 3 p.m. And you were on those shows in all those great towns like Beausejour.
Yeah, I was there for every one of those shows.
And my report is the fans didn't take too kindly to you in Beausejour.
Well, the education system in Beausejour is a little bit behind.
Whoa!
So I can't blame them for not knowing exactly who they're dealing with and how they should treat a respected dignitary like myself.
A dignitary, a VIP ambassador, perhaps.
You bet.
Off the ropes, Red Thunder. Ducked under the clothesline. Comes back, double clothesline back. Both men down. And that is a lot of weight on our ring and hitting the air. Referee now starting a count. Both men, of course, have the count of 10 to get back to their feet.
Yeah, this is a very evenly contested matchup here. Both these guys with tremendous knockout power in their fists. Both these guys with tremendous power and strength. I really can't pick a winner in this one. I'd like to think Mr. Incredible can pull this off, but I don't know. Red Thunder's been taking it to him here.
Both teams, M.A.N. and Thunderblood, battling it out, going to the several no contests, disqualifications, guys fighting outside the ring, and now they're trying to settle it one-on-one style. Our main event coming up a little bit later on, as I mentioned at the top of the program. The other half of M.A.N. Blake Broadway taking on the other half of Thunderblood, Big Jess Youngblood. Both guys duking it out in the middle of the ring, Kevin Cannon.
Those are some nasty, nasty hits from both guys. Oh, look at that. That clothesline couldn't even put down Mr. Incredible. That's a clothesline that would take most men's head off. Absolutely,
almost. But could have been a decapitation, but no. And now, Red Thunder following up with some tremendous chops. He gets him up, basically. Oh, backbreaker. Puts him down. We could have a winner right here. 1, 2. Oh, my. Mr. Incredible able to count out, or kick out at the count of 2 in this one. As I mentioned, one fall, 30-minute time limit. CWE Wrestling on the air. Thank you for joining us. Off the ropes. What's this? Oh, that backfired on Red Thunder, and now Mr. Incredible in the driver's seat, if you will. He's saying to Red Thunder, get up, get up. Red Thunder happily gets back to his feet.
Oh my God!
That was a successful clothesline, near to decapitation. But Red Thunder able to count out. And you mentioned this. This is an evenly matched matchup kicking off CWE Wrestling tonight.
Two big men throwing two big lots of punches here.
Mr. Incredible starting to figure that it is all over, and it may be so. He's going up for a big body slam. No! Red Thunder able to power his way off the ropes, rolls him up, schoolboy! 1, 2, 3, Red Thunder! God. The team of Thunderblood strikes first on this week's edition of CWE Wrestling. He gets a big victory. Red Thunder gets a big victory over Mr. Incredible. This feud is far from over. Score at 1-0 for Thunderblood in this one so far. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Heavy Metal goes one-on-one with AJ Sanchez.
I go to Muscles by Myers because I trust them.
The staff is phenomenal. You come in, they're always positive, they're always happy to see you.
I walked in there not knowing a thing about supplements, and the staff there showed me everything I need to know.
I lost about 40 pounds and then put on about 10 pounds of muscle.
I've gotten stronger, I have more energy.
I go to Muscles by Myers because they offer great advice, competitive pricing, and they care about helping you achieve your goals.
If I can do it, you can do it.
The official hotel of CWE in Winnipeg is the Clarion Hotel at 1445 Portage Avenue. For more information, go to www.clarionhotel.com.
In need of a professional photo shoot or photos for your event? Call Dwight Lowen Photography for all your needs. Visit www.dwightlowen.com.
You think I'm overrated,
When in Nipawa, stop into Mr. Ribs, an official sponsor of the CWE, located at 15 Main Street West. Drop by today.
People patiently waiting. I came up from the basement. I don't trust.
Have you ever thought about becoming a professional wrestler? What about working behind the scenes in professional wrestling? Well, now's your chance. The CWE Elite Wrestling Academy is now accepting students. Learn from the best that Canadian Wrestling's Elite has to offer by signing up today. Our trainers have traveled the world from Canada and the US all the way to Mexico and Japan, been featured on TV and pay-per-view all across the world. All you have to do is send an email to info@cwecanada.ca to get the ball rolling. Make your dreams come true and contact Canadian Wrestling's Elite today.
Hey, this is former TNA knockout Angelina Love, and you have the privilege of watching CWE TV.
Wrestling fans, get set. CWE returns in February with the Masterpiece Theater Tour featuring former WWE star Chris Masters. Wednesday, February 19th, the stars of CWE will be back in Nipawa, Manitoba with a huge live event at the Yellowhead Arena. Tickets available at Mr. Ribs. Thursday, February 20th, CWE makes its return to Morden, Manitoba with a big event at the Access Event Center. You can get your tickets online at www.diyobo.com. Winnipeg wrestling fans, get set. CWE returns to the Holy Cross Gymnasium Friday, February the 21st. Tickets available at Ruby's Video, 668 Shepherd Street, Blade Hair Design, 1341 Henderson Highway, or Video 101, bell time, 7 o'clock. Selkirk, Manitoba, get set. CWE returns Saturday, February 22nd to the Memorial Hall. You can get your tickets at Blaine's at 366 Main Street, bell time, 7 o'clock. And we wrap up the Masterpiece Theater Tour with a huge afternoon event Sunday, February the 23rd in Beausejour, Manitoba at the Broken Head River Community Hall. Get your advance tickets at the Crosstown Convenience, 301 1st Street North. Again, bell time, 3 o'clock. All live events. You can get your tickets online at www.diyobo.com, and of course check CWEcanada.ca for information on all these great live events. Welcome back to CWE Wrestling. You just heard the introduction. Headed towards the ring, you see him now. Heavy Metal, a man on a bit of a roll here in CWE. Dynamite Dave Petro ringside, joined once again by Kevin Cannon. Would you concur on a bit of a roll here?
Yeah, Heavy Metal's quickly becoming one of my favorite wrestlers here on the CWE roster. I really like his style. I just really like the way that he's a thinking man's wrestler. He gets in there and he uses his head and he deploys a strategy. And he's oftentimes successful with that strategy, and I really got to give claps and kudos to the guy.
Absolutely. You know, I know that I don't agree with his tactics, but you definitely have to agree with a win-loss record, the one that Heavy Metal is accumulating here in CWE. And speaking of win-loss record, his opponent in this big matchup tonight is a guy that has been on the negative side as of late in the win-loss column, AJ Sanchez. We saw him last week lose a close one. No shame to losing to Tyler Colton, but it seems to be a bit of a streak that AJ Sanchez has been on lately ever since splitting, or since the kind of injury-related retirement to his tag team partner, the Big Sexy Beasts, Kevy Chevy.
Yeah, and normally there is a little bit of an adjustment period when going from tag team action back into singles, but AJ had such a long, illustrious singles career early on in his life. He was actually the first ever CWE champion. He's no stranger to the singles action. I don't know what it is that's taking him to get his wheels under him, but it's not happening.
AJ Sanchez has been successful all over the world, Mexico, all over North America, of course through Canada, through the CWE territory, and like you say, it's kind of mind-boggling, and it's something that you and I don't agree on a lot, Kevin Cannon, but we can agree on one thing, that AJ Sanchez just, like you said, doesn't have his wheels under him.
Yeah, he's a better wrestler than his win-loss record of late will be showing. I'll give the guy that. I don't like the guy personally, to be honest. He kind of rubbed me the wrong way, but he is a better wrestler than what his record reflects.
I did have an opportunity back in the locker room area just before the match to talk to these two competitors, and Heavy Metal seems focused on getting the Tiger Bomb on AJ Sanchez, and if he does that, that could spell curtains. And when I did talk to AJ Sanchez, I saw that in the back of his mind. I said, what are you watching for in this matchup? He says, I don't want him to get that Tiger Bomb because that'll spell curtains for me. So we're going to watch that if Heavy Metal is able to apply that devastating finishing maneuver to AJ Sanchez.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen anybody kick out of that Tiger Bomb. That will put you down and knock your lights out, and how.
Next week, CWE Wrestling on television. You will see former ECW star, former WWE star, Rhino in action. Be sure and set your PBRs and tell your friends, and perhaps go to CWE on Facebook, and you can get all the scoops on when this, and then share a bit of the community and start spreading the word that you're watching these programs, and tell your friends that Rhino will be in action. Also next week, Rex Roberts.
I love that guy.
He is carving out a name for himself here in CWE. He's going one-on-one against the Rebel Bobby Collins.
Yeah, I don't know about you, Petro, but I can't wait to see Rhino split some people in half with that gore of his. That's going to make for some good entertainment.
Absolutely. Well, maybe your definitions of entertainment or something, but I look for some real competitive action in that, especially the action. You know, as we head towards 2014, we can kind of recap 2013 with some of the stars. Scott Steiner, Paul London, we saw him in action. Tommy Dreamer,
franchise Shane Douglas,
absolutely.
Gene Snitsky,
the maniacal Gene Snitsky. You liked that guy, didn't you?
Yeah, him and I got along actually.
I can't find any surprise in that one too. And of course, Rhino set to debut next week, right here in CWE. And you can vote for your favorite feuds, the most popular wrestler, the most hated wrestler, the most improved wrestler, all on our Facebook page, CWE, of course, part of the Facebook community. AJ Sanchez now taking it to Heavy Metal in the corner. Referee calling for the break, but AJ Sanchez, the referee, allowing a little leeway there. And now,
yeah, after talking about AJ's losses that are piling up, I think we both might be changing our tune next week.
Absolutely. Looks like AJ Sanchez is about to turn the corner and reestablish himself as definitely a contender to the CWE Championship, held, of course, by the Pissed Off Pitbull, Robbie Royce.
One thing I've learned, though, about Heavy Metal is never to count him out. He's a difficult guy to chalk up a win against, and for somebody like AJ who's looking for that first win in a while, I really feel sorry for him for having to get in there with Heavy Metal. He's a hard guy to put down and keep down.
And one guy I forgot to mention who got in the ring with Heavy Metal that was with us here at CWE this year, I forgot about Val Venus.
Oh yeah, the big Val Boski. That was great having him in town.
And then 2014 looking very, very promising as we kick off the Masterpiece Theater Tour in February, starring former WWE star Chris Masters. Go to CWECanada.ca for a list of all the live events and where you can get tickets. And it's great to watch wrestling on television, as I do, but there is nothing better than to watching two competitors go one-on-one live. And CWE, of course, provides those great shows in such towns as Nipawin, Morden, Beausejour, Selkirk, and of course our home base, Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Yeah, CWE goes all over the place, and if you check our website, I'm sure we're going somewhere near you. Get your tickets because they go fast.
Absolutely. Both men taking outside the ring. One fall, 45-minute time limit. Heavy Metal taking on AJ Sanchez. And of course, AJ now again, he's got the upper hand. A couple of chops. Referee has shown some restraint in here. I think a couple of times he may have been able to call for disqualification or count out, but these two big men in the ring. The fans want a winner. I want a winner. Kevin Cannon, you want to see a winner?
Yeah, I definitely would love to see Heavy Metal get in there and pin down AJ. I love this guy, Heavy Metal. Like, I might write a book, 99 Reasons Why You Should Love Heavy Metal. He is a great, incredible, not only wrestler, but person.
I'm sure that you could sell probably 2 copies, one for yourself and one for Heavy Metal.
Oh, I think his mother might buy a copy.
Coming up tonight, our big main event, Jess Youngblood, one half of Thunderblood, taking on Blake Broadway, one half of M.A.N. Another television note, mark your calendars down, January 17th, the big 50-man Rumble to Remember will be broadcast right here on CWE television. Don't you dare miss that one. Heavy Metal now taking it to AJ Sanchez right in the middle of the ring with some close fists and referee admonishing Heavy Metal for that. He is not afraid to break the rules, Kevin Cannon.
No, but he knows exactly what he can and can't get away with. He's a very, very brilliant competitor. He knows where that fine line is between disqualification and a stern warning, and he uses that to his advantage. Another competitor that has been around the world and back. Heavy Metal now making his mark here in CWE, and I can see this man, I can see Heavy Metal climbing the ranks. If he is not near the top of the rankings for a CWE championship shot against Robbie Royce, he definitely has to be very, very close, basically almost there to getting a shot at the champ. Yeah, I gotta agree with you there, Petro. He's amassing a lot of wins here lately in CWE, and that's something the CWE office can't turn their nose up at. They've got to take that into consideration when making these matchups and giving out title shots. Yeah, maybe it could be as soon as February on the Masterpiece Theater Tour. So maybe perhaps we could see a championship match in such great towns as Nipawin, Morden, Beausejour, Selkirk. Wherever we roam, if you will. Well, whether or not Heavy Metal gets a title shot, he's going to have to get in line behind whoever wins the 50-man Rumble to Remember right here, January 17th. Absolutely. Don't you dare miss that. Heavy Metal applying the pressure right now to AJ Sanchez. The fans firmly behind AJ Sanchez in this one. AJ powering out, now able to break. Oh, he just got pulled down by the hair, the eyes, maybe even the eyebrows by Heavy Metal. Again, Heavy Metal not afraid to break some of the rules. There's that strategy, and it's paying off in spades for him. Absolutely. Now, that is not a scientific maneuver, but that is the one that basically kind of choked the air right out of you, the rope applied to the windpipe. And AJ Sanchez now just fighting back out of instinct, I think. Yeah, when you got a big man in there like AJ, that's a great strategy to employ. You want to definitely take the wind out of his lungs, slow him down. Don't let him get as much power as he can behind that. If you can't take that deep breath in to let out that big clothesline or that big kick, you're not going to get any power behind it. Almost had a near fall there. Heavy Metal continuing to apply some of the pressure around the neck, the windpipe area after choking him on the second rope a few moments ago. Now applying that huge front face lock, chin lock if you will, dangerously close to a choke. Referee in position to check for it. Yeah, I've seen guys get their jaw breaking with this before. This is a dangerous, dangerous move. And speaking of dangerous, it's got to be noted that that is a dangerous job being a referee here at CWE. Those guys basically put their lives on the line when they get in the ring, and I think they do a tremendous job. Yeah, I feel sorry for whoever's refereeing any of these matches that Rhino's in, because they might get gored too. You never know. Yeah, these referees definitely are in harm's way a lot of the time. I'll give them credit where credit is due. Absolutely. Two men duking it out in the middle of the ring. Heavy Metal AJ Sanchez. Oh, pasting him with some big right hands. Duck the clothesline. Up. Atomic drop. Oh, that's got a leave a mark. Yeah. Oh, that's an even worse mark. Yep. He'll be singing a little high in the shower. Big drop kick again. 300-pound man. AJ Sanchez with the textbook drop kick. On top of him, keeping the momentum going. Oh, what is he thinking to do? Coming up off the ropes. Side kick. Oh, got him right off the ropes. Springboard. Oh, I thought that could have been it. Oh man, AJ Sanchez looking to get his singles career back on track. He almost scored, and I would probably consider this one a bit of an upset because of the tremendous one-loss record that Heavy Metal is amassing here in CWE. Yeah, both these guys are heading in two different directions right now. AJ is coming off a lot of losses, and Heavy Metal's coming off a lot of wins, and I'm really surprised that AJ's a hair away from winning this match right now. I think AJ's going to walk away with the tides turn here.
Big plancha outside the ring, Heavy Metal. You know, the AJ Sanchez, the strategy right now might be a little off because you're not going to win the match outside the ring, and maybe perhaps you might have heard the sound of my voice. He comes back in, throws Heavy Metal back in, and now looking to come in. Oh, did you see that?
Last minute, Heavy Metal put his knee out and caught the big man.
Oh, this looks like it could be the Tiger Bomb!
Tiger Bomb. Oh my God.
Oh my! We've got a winner!
No getting up from that.
Heavy Metal continuing his impressive run here in CWE. He is your winner. He just defeated AJ Sanchez. Wrestling fans, a lot more action to go, including our main event, Blake Broadway taking on Jess Youngblood. Don't you dare go anywhere. CWE Wrestling returns in mere moments.
I go to Muscles by Myers because I trust them.
This staff is phenomenal. You come in, they're always positive, they're always happy to see you.
I walked in there not knowing a thing about supplements, and the staff there showed me everything I need to know.
I lost about 40 pounds and then put on about 10 pounds of muscle.
I've gotten stronger, I've had more energy.
I go to Muscles by Myers because they offer great advice, competitive pricing, and they care about helping you achieve your goals.
If I can do it, you can do it.
In need of a professional photo shoot or photos for your event? Call Dwight Lowen Photography for all your needs. Visit www.dwightlowen.com.
The official hotel of CWE in Winnipeg is the Clarion Hotel at 1445 Portage Avenue. For more information, go to www.clarionhotel.com.
You think I'm overrated?
Be sure to check out the Club St. B, located in the heart of St. Boniface and the host of the official CWE after parties following all Winnipeg shows.
You think I'm...
Music for CWE TV provided by the following artists. Be sure to check out all of these great artists out online.
Wrestling fans, get set. CWE returns in February with the Masterpiece Theater Tour featuring former WWE star Chris Masters. Wednesday, February 19th, the stars of CWE will be back in Neepawa, Manitoba with a huge live event at the Yellowhead Arena. Tickets available at Mr. Ribs. Thursday, February 20th, CWE makes its return to Morden, Manitoba with a big event at the Access Event Center. You can get your tickets online at www.diyobo.com. Winnipeg wrestling fans, get set. CWE returns to the Holy Cross Gymnasium Friday, February the 21st. Tickets available at Ruby's Video, 668 Shepherd Street, Blade Hair Design, 1341 Henderson Highway, or Video 101, bell time, 7 o'clock. Selkirk, Manitoba, get set. CWE returns Saturday, February 22nd to the Memorial Hall. You can get your tickets at Blaine's at 366 Main Street, bell time, 7 o'clock. And we wrap up the Masterpiece Theater Tour with a huge afternoon event Sunday, February the 23rd in Beausejour, Manitoba at the Broken Head River Community Hall. Get your advance tickets at the Crosstown Convenience, 301 1st Street North. Again, bell time, 3 o'clock. All live events You can get your tickets online at www.DIYOVO.com, and of course check CWECanada.ca for information on all these great live events.
Bring CWE to your community. If you're a part of an organization, business, sports team, or fundraising effort, you now have the opportunity to bring the unique experience that is CWE live to your community to aid in your efforts. For more information on how to bring CWE to your town, email info@cwecanada.ca.
When in Nipawin, stop into Mr. Ribs, an official sponsor of the CWE, located at 15 Main Street West. Drop by today. Wrestling fans, get set. CWE returns in February with the Masterpiece Theater Tour featuring former WWE star Chris Masters. Wednesday, February 19th, the stars of CWE will be back in Neepawa, Manitoba with a huge live event at the Yellowhead Arena. Tickets available at Mr. Ribs. Thursday, February 20th, CWE makes its return to Morden, Manitoba with a big event at the Access Event Center. You can get your tickets online at www.diyovo.com. Winnipeg wrestling fans, get set. CWE returns to the Holy Cross Gymnasium Friday, February the 21st. Tickets available at Ruby's Video, 668 Shepherd Street, Blade Hair Design, 1341 Henderson Highway, or Video 101, bell time, 7 o'clock. Selkirk, Manitoba, get set. CWE returns Saturday, February 22nd to the Memorial Hall. You can get your tickets at Blaine's at 366 Main Street, bell time, 7 o'clock. And we wrap up the Masterpiece Theater Tour with a huge afternoon event Sunday, February the 23rd in Beausejour, Manitoba at the Broken Head River Community Hall. Get your advance tickets at the Crosstown Convenience, 301 1st Street North. Again, bell time, 3 o'clock. All live events. You can get your tickets online at www.diyovo.com, and of course check CWEcanada.ca for information on all these great live events.
Introducing first, from Virginia Beach, Virginia, weighing in at 221 pounds, he is Blake Broadway.
Welcome back to CWE Wrestling. Dynamite Dave Petro ringside, joined by Kevin Cannon, and this is our television main event. You see him in the ring, one half of M.A.N, Blake Broadway. Of course, a tremendously skilled tag team competitor and also a tremendously accomplished one-on-one singles wrestler. He's going one-on-one against a man who is a member of the team that there is, pardon the pun, some real bad blood between. Jess Youngblood will be in the ring. He's, of course, one half of Thunderblood, and we've seen this feud basically spiraling out of control here in CWE, Kevin Cannon.
Yeah, these guys do not have a lot of love for each other. These guys are definitely in there to hurt each other and do some damage. And once again, this is an interesting matchup. You got Blake Broadway, who's one of the most able-bodied young athletes in the CWE, and then a guy like Jess Youngblood, who's a good journeyman and just a big, powerful man. Like I really don't know who's going to come out on top. I'd like to think Blake Broadway's going to use that athleticism of his to pull off the victory here, but you never know with the CWE.
This will be one tremendous main event. Look at the size of big Jess Youngblood. He must have 50 pounds, 60 pounds on Blake Broadway, but Blake Broadway certainly has the speed.
Yeah, Blake Broadway, like I said, is a guy who can get in the gym and get things done and can just blow your mind. The athleticism, the speed, even the strength of the guy, for a man of his size, is astounding.
And the attitude. He says probably one of the nastiest attitudes in the locker room. I had an opportunity before today's show just to kind of say, hey, you're in the main event tonight. And he just looked at me like, why are you talking to me, Grandpa? That's what he looked at. I looked at the look in his eyes.
No, you gotta let me do the talking against, or with a guy like him.
What's going on? Both guys headed back to the locker room?
I think Blake decided against wrestling in this match. I think maybe Blake said it's too good for him. I don't know though, but
what a chop! Another big chop. Gotta give it to big Jess Youngblood, the Mohican Sun. He can throw in those chops.
Oh yeah, and those chops sting. You feel a tingle shoot from the base of your spine up to the back of your neck every time one of those hits you.
Yeah, and we've seen it before, and we've seen so much devastation caused by those chops. Oh! Well, we've seen a lot of devastation from a ring post, but big Jess Youngblood kind of shaking it off. That's the strength in the arms and perhaps even the test of fortitude, toughness of Big Jess Youngblood.
I think it's the anger right now too. I think Jess Youngblood is seeing red when he looks at either member of M.A.N. right now. He does not like these guys. They don't like him, and somebody's going to leave this match hurt badly.
And speaking of seeing red, here in CWE, we have a championship situation. The pissed off pitbull Robbie Royce involved with the tattooed Terminator, Darren the Bomb Dalton, and Rex Roberts. I almost would call this a bit of a triangle of these three individuals, all basically involved, and two of them shooting for Robbie Royce's CWE championship.
Yeah, Robbie Royce is a tough guy, and that's why he's champion. He has been involved in a lot of down-out, knockdown, drag-out feuds, but I think with these two guys, he might have bit off a little more than he could chew this time.
Well, the tattooed Terminator Darren the Bomb Dalton, that is one angry dude. And then Rex Roberts returning, holding a grudge for so many years against Robbie Royce, and of course, several weeks ago revealed why he was in CWE. So we thought it was Darren the Bomb Dalton responsible for all these sneak attacks on the pissed off pitbull Robbie Royce. Rex Roberts comes back into the situation. He says, no, it's me. And Darren the Bomb Dalton always sticking his nose where it doesn't belong in this situation.
Well, either way you cut it, there's two guys that are gunning for Robbie Royce, and he's got a hard enough time fighting off either one of those two guys. Those are two top guys in the country, and with both of them coming after you, if one doesn't get you, the other one will.
You could say the odds are definitely stacked against the pissed off pitbull Robbie Royce in that triangle situation, if you will. Back to the match at hand. Blake Broadway going one-on-one with Big Jess Youngblood. And now a scientific maneuver. An arm twist, and then takes him down. I got to give credit where credit is due. That was excellently applied. Now going for a pin. 1-2. Didn't hook a leg. Didn't have much. But look at Big Jess Youngblood trying to shake off the effects. His arm has been hit into a post. Blake Broadway's been working it over, and now he's trying to get some feeling back into that.
Yeah, Broadway targeting that arm, and that's a smart move. Everybody knows Jess Youngblood has that Bannock Bomb finishing maneuver, and if he's only got one arm, he can't lift you up. He can't pull that off, and he probably can't put you away.
And we saw Blake Broadway now jawing with the referee in this one. I think that's always, when I see that, I just think that's wasted effort. You got to just be on top of your opponent, and he allowed Big Jess Youngblood to basically get to his feet and apply some tremendous chops, and now some big right hands.
Youngblood's still favoring that left arm of his. I think it might be dislocated, maybe even broken.
And saw Blake Broadway go back to the well, if you will, again, applying more pressure to that arm.
Yeah, that's not going to help.
Big, tremendous television. I have to tell you about coming up the next few weeks. January the 17th, we'll have the 50-man Rumble to remember right here on CWE Television. And next week, right here on CWE TV, we will see Rhino in action.
Petro, I gotta ask you, who's your favorite to win the 50-man Rumble to remember?
I gotta think, you gotta go with the man who we saw several weeks back win a Battle Royal right here on television, and the man that has won it 2 years prior, hotshot Danny Duggan.
Lightning has struck twice for him. Can he strike a third time? I don't know. My personal pick, one half of the SOA, Big Cliff Corleone. Who's going to get that guy over the top rope?
Oh my word, you definitely have a point there. And think about some of the other superstars here in CWE. Cannibal. That man is like 6'5" and 300 pounds as well. I can't see that guy unless you chop him underneath and he basically falls over the top rope. I can't see him being eliminated easily.
JJ Sanchez, another big man that's going to be hard to get out of that ring.
No kidding. Absolutely correct, and I believe we're going to see some legends back in there. We're talking about Caveman, Broda, and Puppy Dog Pelican.
They're pulling him out of the retirement home. Is he not in a wheelchair by now?
Everybody wants a crack at it. In fact, you may even see me step on the boots one more time to see if I want a shot against the champion. I still think I have it.
Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, it certainly would. I don't know. I watched these two guys. The treatment I got in the dressing room today from Blake Broadway. I'm not easily intimidated, Kevin Cannon, but I had to back away and basically kind of swallowing hard and gulping a little bit when Blake Broadway just basically went off on me in the dressing room area today.
But Blake Broadway is a hot young star, and when you're a hot young star like Blake Broadway, you don't talk to the History Channel like yourself. You talk to MTV News, Kevin Cannon.
I've never been called the History Channel before.
Oh my goodness, did you see that, Petro?
Did you see the agility of Blake Broadway balancing himself over the top rope? Oh my!
I don't know too many other men that can pull that one off.
No. Shades of the Spoiler from the 70s.
Yeah, and Again, Blake Broadway still targeting that arm of Jess Youngblood. If it wasn't damaged earlier on, it definitely is now.
I see a maneuver like that, and I know that Blake Broadway is well versed on the schooling of wrestling and paying homage to the guys that have came before him. Maybe not showing me any kind of respect, but that definitely was a page right out of the spoiler. Don Jardine, another tremendous competitor from here in Canada.
Yeah, definitely. And as I said, Blake Broadway, he's a smart guy. He is sticking with that arm. He knows to stay on one part. Oh my God! And Jess Youngblood just using his power to haul him over. He might have a small chance here of doing some damage, but I really don't think he's going to be able to pull the win off.
I got to tell you that Blake Broadway has employed some sound strategy in this one, taking on the much larger opponent, the Mohican Sun, Jess Youngblood. And we've seen some tremendous success early on. Whether or not he can translate this into a victory, as you mentioned before, because Jess Youngblood is one tremendous competitor, but the fact of the matter is, one-on-one competitor between these two guys, tag team matches, these are two teams that just don't like each other.
No, there's a lot of hatred going on in this matchup, and I have a feeling that someday soon we're going to see these two teams go at it one more time and settle the score.
Whether it be Wednesday, February 19th in Neepawa, Thursday, February the 20th, Morden, Manitoba, at the Holy Cross Gymnasium, Friday, February 21st in Winnipeg, or Saturday, February 22nd in Selkirk, Sunday, February 23rd in Beausejour. You can rest assured that M.A.N. and Thunderblood will be on those cards. Get your tickets, information at CWEcanada.ca, and join us for some tremendous live action. Oh, he got caught trying off a springboard maneuver, and Blake Broadway just got planted by big Jess Youngblood.
Yeah, caught him with that one good arm that he's still got and put him down to the mat. Wow.
Again, got to mention next week on CWE television, Rhino returns into action. And we've got a huge one-on-one matchup between Rex Roberts, who we've talked about before, taking on the Rebel Bobby Collins. Don't you dare miss those big matchups next week right here on CWE television.
Petro, have you ever seen Rhino in person? If there's one word I can use to describe that guy, is he is thick.
He is thick. I was thinking the same word, Kevin Cannon.
He's built like a tree trunk.
Absolutely. If that man wore a white t-shirt, you could show a movie off his back.
Oh yeah, he earns the nickname, the Man Beast.
Absolutely. That man is he is a guy that's very intimidating. Oh! What a clothesline by big Jess Youngblood on, but Blake Broadway, to his credit, he got right back up and he just got a side slam for his efforts.
Jess Youngblood doing what he can with one arm here.
And even though there is a mat, a canvas, and there is some padding, it's essentially two guys almost fighting on asphalt with a canvas layer on it. That is not a soft ring by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh yeah, oftentimes guys get the wind knocked out of them just by being slammed down onto that mat.
Absolutely. Looks like the momentum has swayed to big Jess Youngblood in this tremendous one-on-one matchup. Thunderblood's Jess Youngblood taking on M.A.N.
He's trying that bannock bomb, but his...
Oh! You see the guy sneaking in! Sorry to interrupt! Mr. Incredible, he has no business in this matchup, especially since Blake Broadway just seemed to get the best of big Jess Youngblood. And now these guys, these thugs, these scoundrels, if you will, now both going to work. Referee call for the bell. We've got a disqualification.
He knows he's got the match. Why don't he just come out to congratulate his tag team partner?
Maybe a little premature because he didn't have the match won, Kevin Cannon. And now both men, some double teaming, holding position. Oh, what a clothesline. What a clothesline. Big Jess Youngblood, he might be out cold, Kevin Cannon.
Yeah, he's definitely concussed from that one.
Oh, and then what? Blake Broadway is now reaching underneath the ring. The referee telling us, trying to get Mr. Incredible out. What is that? That is some sort of mallet, a hammer.
Oh, this could do some damage.
Oh, no. This is not good. We need some help out here. The referee called for the bell. The guys are ignoring the bell. Oh, Red Thunder, what happened? He evens up the odds, and we just saw M.A.N. basically getting on a dodge.
Well, sometimes it's best just to walk away and live to fight another day, which is something that I'm not so sure that Jess Youngblood's going to be able to do here.
Those guys don't want a fair fight, Kevin Cannon.
Well, fair or not, either way, the next time they meet up, Jess Youngblood might have his arm in a sling. I don't know here.
This feud is far from over. This is the tip of the iceberg, if you will. M.A.N. versus Thunderblood in there. You may see big Jess Youngblood in the ring as your winner, but he doesn't look like a winner. We are out of time. Next week, Rhino, right here on CWE television on behalf of Vicky Shea, Kevin Cannon, I am Dave Petro saying see you next week right here on CWE Television.